Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Boone Show on My Pulse Radio. We're back after a few weeks off, do some other things. But we're here, and we're ready to talk some Comic-Con with our favorite guest, I can say. Well, he's one of the most common.
He really is.
And he really is a favorite.
Like, how many years have you been coming here, Rob?
Oh, my gosh. So let's think about this a minute. So when I first started coming, there was like a closet.
Yeah, that was down there.
Studio down there. And it wasn't this incredible studio that's as good as any studio in the upstate. Man, it might be 10 years.
It
Wow.
might be because, that was a while ago. This studio's been here now 6 years, I believe.
Yeah,
6 years. Because it was right before COVID.
Yeah.
I say it every time. Like, this studio is as good as, Rise Guys or Hawk and Tom or any of those. It's really incredible. You guys do an unreal job.
Thank you.
Well,
we're very fortunate.
Yes, we are very fortunate.
We got a lot of support around here, that's for sure.
Yeah, I tell you, it shows. And you don't waste it. I mean, that's one thing for sure, right?
That's true.
This place looks amazing.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it.
She has high demands as well. That's why we have to.
I have great support.
I have a boss like that, too.
Yeah. Unfortunately, she's home right now, or else she would have been on the show, too.
Yeah, I know. She felt so bad. We're having our kitchen remodeled. We live out in the woods in a cabin, and that was the promise when we moved in, that she'd get a nicer kitchen.
Right.
And a friend of ours has a paint company, and it's really good. And the guy was out there working really hard. And so it was just taking a while, and she went, I'm not going to make it.
Hey, there's priorities, and a new kitchen is right up there.
Trust me, I like everything she cooks in it.
That's right.
So she's a really good cook.
So give her everything she wants.
Whatever she wants.
That's right.
Whatever she wants.
As we kick off, we got a few things to talk about. Obviously, the fall edition of Comic-Con coming up in just a couple of weeks. We want to know what's going on at the stores, and you've got some new comic books that are coming out. What, next week is official on that?
Actually, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So we are right on the edge here.
As always.
With the latest news and what's going on. But if you don't mind, you had this medical issue. If you don't mind talking, if you don't want to talk about it,
No, I'm okay talking about it, yeah.
Unfortunately, I didn't ask you ahead of time. But you went out of the country, get some work. What was it, your knee?
Actually, I've got spinal issues.
Spinal issues. This is a fascinating story.
I have foraminal stenosis in my neck, so it's pinched on both sides of my neck bilaterally, coming out. Nerves are, and degenerative bone disease in my spine from running and wrestling and jiu-jitsu and just all the awful things I've done to my body over the years. And so I went to Mexico to a place called CPI that a lot of fighters and things go to. Mm-hmm. And I had 12 injections on my spine. I had both knees injected. I had my left shoulder done. They did 5 MRIs while I was there. So I'm a little claustrophobic, so an hour in an MRI machine was heaven.
Holy
But you just kind of get through it.
Those things.
And I tell you what's crazy is they did, we were laughing a lot. My team jokes how I just stay driven and just go. And when they did the MRIs, they came back and went, did you know you had a partially torn MCL and a partially torn bicep tendon in your shoulder?
Oh,
and I went, no. And the doctor went, doesn't it hurt? And I went, yes. And he went, well, what do you do? I don't care. I just keep going. Yeah, I just ignore it and keep going. I had no idea. But I just figured wear and tear on knees, and that shoulder dislocates where I've done crazy stuff to it. The experience was great. The people were awesome. My partner, like sitting in a room, like my next door neighbor, I guess, was Dominic Cruz, 2-time UFC bantamweight champion.
Wow.
Really nice man. Really cool. And we chatted about fights, and we chatted about the injuries and things. He was really nice. And then Max Griffin, who also fights in the UFC, was there. And he and I have been texting, and he's a great guy. We talk about the fights all the time. And there's a lady whose name I can't remember, but she's a Nitro Circus person. And the fighters liked her. And she's done all these crazy, car jumps and crazy stuff. And she was super cool. Everybody there was great. The experience was great. The food was off the chain. The food in the hospital blow you away.
So where would you come up with the idea, I'm just going to go to Mexico and get this done?
So I've done stem cells previously at a place called Ways to Well. They're in Houston and Austin. Rogan talks about it. Okay. And I've done supplements and different things from them before too. And it helped a little, but in the U.S., the amount of stem cells I can give you is really small. So you're looking
okay.
at 5 or 10 million at the absolute most. I got 250 million total. So it was a lot. It wasn't cheap, and insurance don't cover it. So it is a thing you kind of have to save up for. But I mean, you only got one ride in this show.
Sure.
And I want to try to make myself so when I have grandkids.
So these stem cells are supposed to regenerate.
They
right?
regenerate tissue. So the simplest way to think about it is, and it's a great way they described it to us, is you are growing baby tissue. So for example, for 90 days, no alcohol, no nicotine, no cannabis, if that's your thing. I mean, those things both affect the stem cells and affect inflammation. They actually no ibuprofen. So you want the inflammation. It hurts.
So it's going to hurt for the next 90 days for sure.
It doesn't feel good, right? But at the same time, the stem cells are attracted to it, and then they try to fix it.
Wow.
Very interesting.
So what they do with your spine is they go in and they actually inject it into the disc with some stuff that turns it more into a gel so it stays, and then it tries to grow the disc to create separation on the nerves.
So when was this done?
Second to last week of July.
Okay, so now you've been at, 3 months? Almost 2 months? 2 months?
Yeah, 2 months. I think
So-
I'm going to have my first real drink at the con. I think it's like a week early or
So are
something. But we
you
said I'm
s-
going to have a drink with everybody there to celebrate the convention, you know.
So are you seeing any progress?
So I would say that the first few weeks were uncomfortable. Where I'm in a big WhatsApp group. That's another thing they do that's really cool. So everybody in your class is in the WhatsApp group, so people can share their timelines or
So
similar
everybody
to yours.
that got what you done or something similar.
You're in this one
a
group
group.
just together, and there's also someone monitoring it from the company so they can
How
answer
cool is
questions. It's a
that?
great idea because they're on the same track. So
Right.
somebody a month earlier, you guys aren't on the same track. And so we're in there, and somebody might go, hey, I'm really hurting. How's everybody else doing? Or you might go like, hey, I found this supplement that's helping, or whatever, right? Or this
Sure.
therapy. Have you started your physical therapy? Those kind of things. It's been great.
And that's a choice. You don't have to do it.
You don't have to, but I mean, like that fighter, Max Griffin's in there all the time. He's
Yeah,
like,
I
hey,
mean, how
guys,
cool
here's
is
what's
that?
working. And he's a sweetheart. He's one of the nicest people.
that's so cool.
A really great guy. And so for that, it helps. For me, it was those first few weeks, it was a lot of discomfort, but it just kind of becomes the norm. And then now I've noticed that my neck, the pain is dull, not as sharp. It's still really tight. I got to do a lot of physical therapy. Same thing with my lower back. I actually feel like right now my knees are a little worse. I don't think they're better. And the shoulder occasionally will catch a little bit. So I don't know if there's some tissue growing or what's going on. And so it's you're not supposed to work. This is crazy. So for 2 weeks, I couldn't even carry laundry upstairs.
Oh, wow.
I could walk. That's it, which is really hard.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can do a little bit. And then after 90 days, you can't even start working out till after that. And then it's like at 10%. And then a
wow.
week, 20%. Yeah, you really have to break in slow because it's brand new. We don't think about it, but it's brand new tissue. It's like an infant.
Yeah.
And you got to give it time. And
Very cool. Well, I certainly hope this works for you.
I appreciate it. I mean, I got confidence. I feel like I'll get some improvement, whatever
Sure.
that is. And some of the people that were with me were two people that had autoimmune diseases. And you're looking at them, you're like, God, I hope it works.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they're way worse off.
Sure.
And the sweetest people.
Sure.
Like just everybody was so sweet. There's
How
nobody
long?
there.
How long did you stay down in Mexico?
week.
A week.
Yeah, you go in on a Sunday, and while it's expensive, once you arrive, you fly in. They cover your hotel. It was a 4 or 5 star Sheraton resort in San Diego near the airport, and they cover your hotel there, and then they cover your transport to Tijuana. They cover your hotel there. All your meals except 3 nights dinner are covered, and then their transport back. So I mean, there are other
Send you
things
back
covered.
to.
They take you back to either the airport or that Sheraton
Okay.
is the two places.
Back in California.
Yeah, the transport will take you. And then I was staying one extra night because it was too late to fly back. So I just Ubered to my hotel, and I got lucky. I called one of my buddies, and it was during San Diego Comic-Con. And my buddy Dave goes, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I'm in the gas lamp at San Diego. You're what? okay, we're going to dinner. I said, all right, what time am I meeting you? He goes, well, can you walk? I'm like, yeah, I can walk. I'll be okay. And he said, meet me at the front of the convention center. And so he had a pass, and I got in for like 2 hours.
How cool is that?
And walked around and said hey to some friends who didn't think I was going to be there. So it was kind of
very
neat
cool.
to catch up with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Interesting.
Wow, do
I
other
appreciate
people
y'all asking.
get as much done at one time as you do?
I was the only
that was
person
an
going
overall.
quite as crazy as I did. I made some really funny jokes. This won't be too inappropriate to be on air, I don't think, but it was pretty funny. So when you go in to do it, like if it's just your knee or something, they're just going to kind of do a topical and it's going to hurt, right? They're going to do the needle in your knee. For me, I was going to be kind of half out of it because they were going to have to put me under to do my spine. And it's like what they call twilight, but for me, you could hit me over the head with a hammer. Like you twilight me and I'm out. And so I go in and everyone speaks English. Everybody's great.
Wow.
And the guy goes, oh, Mr. Young, are you ready? I said, well, I traveled 2,500 miles across 2 continents to be half naked around 6 strangers. So I think I'm good. I think we've accomplished our mission.
It's all good.
I think I'm good to go. And all of them just started dying laughing. He goes, well, I'm glad you're not as nervous as the last guy. I said, no, I'm terrified.
Yeah. And how'd the last guy make out?
Yes.
This is how I do it.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
We disarm it with comedy. But
Very cool.
But they were really great. I don't have any complaints at all. Like they were really good people.
And so you must have done a lot of research on this particular place.
A year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, a year and a half of research on them. And they started with cancer treatments, and they had, I think, 4 or 5 cancer treatments that are now certified by the FDA. And they were saving people's lives. Like,
How
it's that
cool
simple,
is that?
right? And so that's the big thing. And then the other piece was after they looked at my situation, my existing MRIs, they put me in a program so I get to go back, and other people were in it too. I get to go back at 6 months if I cover transport. They'll pay for MRIs, and they'll give me 30 million free stem cells to capture data. And they want to capture it at
Doing
6
that
months and 12
research.
months because
That's
they're working with RFK to make this legal in the United States for everybody.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, stem cells is proven to be incredible, and they're just
Yeah.
on the cutting edge, the fringe of it right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to get.
Yeah, I think
they're
these
gonna
people
understand it a lot
they're
more.
just so far ahead of what we can do in the U.S.
Yeah.
But it's not because people aren't capable.
Right.
It's because they're not allowed.
Restrictions.
And- Right. It's all these crazy restrictions.
And there's reasons why we have some restrictions. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And the difference with this is you had Big Pharma, I think, counter-programming it, saying it was fetal and all that kind of stuff. And it's not. It's from umbilical cords and placentas, and then down there they clone them. So you get some, and then they can clone them, and they work fine. And
How cool is that?
That's the deal they're doing.
Amazing.
So it's crazy. It feels like Star Trek,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, that's funny
Or
because
I guess Star Wars, right? They cut Luke's hand off and they grew it back.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll still
Yes.
say Star Trek. I'll say Stargate.
sure there
I
was
like
some of that in
Stargate better
there.
than all of them. It feels like Stargate.
Anything with a
right.
star in it, Battlestar Galactica.
That's right.
It's,
Star something.
That's right.
Yeah,
Star Search.
Star
Okay,
Troopers.
different thing.
Star. It's funny because during our little news segment today, I tried to hook some things up that might apply to a Comic-Con type audience, and a lot of it has to do with tech that is now available that you only saw with superheroes in the past. So it's kind of interesting stuff. We'll get to that, but tell us about SC Comic-Con Fall Edition. You changed the name.
We
it's
did.
Not Junior has grown up, I guess.
Yeah,
It's
you know-
known as Fall Edition now.
You got to admit the things that didn't work. And we really tried to get that branding over, and I just couldn't figure out how to do it. And so we decided to make it Fall Edition. And that way, if we did something else, we could do an SC Comic-Con Horror Edition or an SC Comic-Con whatever, Sports Card Edition.
Yep.
So it gives us kind of choices doing it that way. And that's why we did it.
Very cool.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to this, man. I think we've got a really good guest lineup. It's coming up on October 5th, 11 to 6. We've got Trick or Treat and free comics, even though it's just a hair earlier this year.
Yeah,
that's
October
the date.
5th,
That's the date they got. Kids 12 and under free. Tickets are $18. Something we haven't done for the one-day show is we do have a VIP. So it's $40, early entry. Folks get some exclusive variant comics that the covers are only available from us because we made them. And but they also get to the early entry is the big one, but they also have a fast pass on any of the celebrities that they want to see, so they can cut to the front.
There
of the
you
line,
go.
save a little time, and it's not very expensive. I mean, $40
No.
is not a big deal. So we've got that. But guest wise, I think it's a pretty good lineup. Paul Taylor, Hellraiser, kind of a cool one, right?
Pinhead.
Tia Ballard, One Piece, Darling and the Franks, I think is how you pronounce it. Big one, Walter Jones, Black Power Ranger, kind of huge. Jerry Inman was in Dragon Ball and One Piece. Apparently people know who those animes are, and pretty big. And then, for those of us that are wrestling nerds, we don't have to worry about getting the tables because Devon Dudley's going to do it for us. We have Devon Dudley of the Dudley Boys. So
When you pay your money, can he put you through a table?
Oh, man.
That would be great.
that would be really awesome.
Or at least see somebody else go
table.
through a table,
Yeah,
even if it's
yeah.
not you,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
right?
Yeah.
Somebody.
Fundraiser.
Hey, I took.
Do you want to go through the table?
When I trained for wrestling back in the 90s, because I ring announced and did some of that stuff when I was young, I took chair shots, but I did not go through a table. That is one thing I did not do.
You could
Yeah.
probably make some money, do a raffle, right? $10
Devon
ticket.
throws you through a table.
Sign
We'll
a
throw
waiver.
one
We don't want him to
person
Sign a
throw his
waiver.
back out now either, though.
Yeah,
That's true.
Devon's in rough shape. Yeah, Devon. I think Devon does have some spinal
old
issues.
is he?
Yeah, he'll be headed down to
I
Mexico.
bet you Devon's probably 60 would be my
It's
guess.
got to be. I mean,
But he's not.
Time flies,
he's not as
huh?
old as you think, though, because Sting was in his 70s, but Sting started in the early mid 80s.
53.
Look at that.
that's it. Wow, I
So
would have guessed
Devon's
older.
man, I
around a
tell you
while.
what, the ECW arena would put a lot of miles on your body. Those boys
Yeah,
were
yeah.
really, really rough on each other, and that was one place I saw ECW. Like I traveled with friends when they were the thing, so we would get one hotel room with God knows how many guys, and and we would go hang out. But we traveled to see them, but we never went to Philly. We never actually went to the ECW arena. But that venue still hosts wrestling to this day.
Oh, wow.
2300 Arena is what they call it. And AEW just did a residency there. I think they did 2 or 3 weeks of their AEW Dynamite show from there. And they were bringing in ECW legends for spots for the crowd and
Yeah.
for everybody to see them and to give them their, what do they call it these days? Giving them their roses or whatever.
Yeah.
I just call it paying respects to somebody who worked their
Give
tail
'em their
off.
flowers.
That's right.
Give them their flowers, yeah. And but I thought it was really cool that they did that.
Very
That
nice.
is cool. So, any other guests you can tell us about?
That's it. It was just those for the one day.
Okay.
We don't do a huge guest list because this is really small.
And is this intended that this will still be small? You're not.
Yeah, it's still. Small. It's still 50,000 square
smaller.
feet. It's still
Only
it's still
50,000
50,000 square
square
feet.
It's not
And the big
150,000.
show is like 210,000 or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is definitely smaller. But it's a lot of fun, and I think it's a great way to get out and have a lot of fun for a day. Scratch that itch, get some comics, get some toys, meet a guest, see some friends.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But it doesn't take all weekend.
Yeah. Okay. So what's going on at the store these days?
The store's been doing great. There's some big comic releases tomorrow, and there's a Spider-Man Magic the Gathering set dropping this weekend, I believe. Our
That's
pre-releases should be Friday. I
Popular.
think.
So if they're dropping tomorrow, when do you physically get them?
It varies.
Okay.
So sometimes we'll get stuff on Thursday or Friday of the previous week, and sometimes we might not get it till Monday or Tuesday. This time, I think these particular books we got on Monday.
So do you have a contract or something to say, I will not give them out or sell them?
Yeah,
or,
they know the on sale date, and there are people that break it and whatnot. I mean, I'm not aware of anybody around here, and we don't really try to police it. There are other areas of the country where it's been a real problem. But we do a good job with it. I mean, we even deal with Scholastic, like for Dogman.
Yeah.
We actually have to sign a laydown contract for every issue of Dogman.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Dogman's popular with the
Yeah.
kids.
It is I believe, the best-selling graphic novel in America
Is it?
Wow.
is Dogman.
Yeah. I was asking him the other day, who some of their heroes were, fictional heroes. And Dogman came up a lot. Of course, Spider-Man was probably at the top. But with all they've done with Spider-Man over the last several years, with all the different universes
I
and
think
everything.
Yeah, the Edge of the Spider-Verse stuff, the movies, I think have really gotten the kids
Yeah.
engaged. And it's also made it, easier for video games and other stuff to sell. And they were really well done.
Yeah.
I thought they were good.
Yeah. So show us, for the people on YouTube that are watching, show us what you brought. It's going to be released. This is
See, this isn't
is
out yet. This is like Devil Knight
rarity.
Secret Spy stuff. Right? See how
This comes out tomorrow, right?
Yeah, it comes out tomorrow. So, guys, this hasn't happened in most, probably 60, 70% of your comic collectors' lifetimes.
Wow. Isn't that
That
amazing?
hasn't happened since the 90s, that DC and Marvel have really worked together. So, Deadpool Batman, how crazy is this?
Yeah.
Right? So we got Deadpool Batman, and it's an anthology book. It'll be like $7. It's pretty big. Feels like it's maybe 75 pages or something. It's pretty big. But it's not just Deadpool Batman. So that's what's cool. So we were talking about it before we went live, but Captain America Wonder Woman is by Chip Zdarsky and Terry Dodson. Now, those names may not mean much to y'all. Those are superstars in the comic industry. And then the Daredevil Green Arrow was written by, are you ready? Kevin Smith. As in the
Yes.
Kevin Smith, Mallrats,
That's right.
all that, Clerks. Drawn by Adam Kubert, who is just a wonderful human being. And then Rocket Raccoon and Green Lantern, Old Man Logan, and this is kind of cool. It's actually written by Frank Miller. Old Man Logan and Batman: The Dark Knight Returns Batman. So kind of the classic Batman story where he's old and he's a little more aggressive, we'll say, doesn't take a lot of stuff. And then Old Man Logan is the same thing for Wolverine, which means he's kind of violent. They get to meet. And then, of course, your original story with Deadpool and Batman is drawn by Greg Capullo, who is just a legend. Right, he's the guy that relaunched Batman when New 52 happened back in 2011. I still contribute that to being one of the really cool things for the store when we did our releases for all that. That New 52 was crazy. This is an homage to a very famous, for those of you on the YouTube, to a famous Hulk cover where Wolverine shows his claws and you can see the Hulk in them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So there you go.
Very cool.
And then got our hot chick cover with Magic and Catwoman, and then the Infinity Gauntlet. There's actually more covers than this. I didn't bring them all. I think there's 15 or 18 covers
Oh,
or
wow.
something crazy. So yeah, pretty fun.
That's cool. Do you see this as something that will continue? Is it a one-off type thing? Or?
This is a one-shot, and then they're going to do a Batman Deadpool that DC will publish. And then after that, I hope it's successful and they keep doing it. I think when you see these two companies working together, everybody wants to try it and buy it, and there's no reason not to. Like, they're both making money,
Yeah.
It's like, why wouldn't you do this? And it's a product people want.
Yeah.
So
Very cool.
hopefully they will. I'm really hoping. The 90s, they did a lot. They did a lot of really good stories, and those books still sell as back issues.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I
So
bet you
how
they,
much-
I bet you they did 25 of them. It's a
Oh,
lot.
wow.
They did a lot of crossovers, and they were very successful.
So how many of these issues are you? How many did you just order a certain quantity and just hope they all sell? Or
Yeah, so unlike a newsstand, old school newsstands, like when we were growing up, like they would just be allocated books, and whatever they sold, they got like a small discount, so maybe 25% or something. And the way the direct market developed, a guy named Phil Suling was real instrumental in kind of coming up with this concept. And he went to the publishers back in the 70s. He started it, and I think it really kicked in around 80, 81. And it was like, if we buy these books, and I just say, I'll buy them, can I get a better deal?
Gotcha.
And so that's how our market developed. So
You have to buy them.
I have to commit, and they're ours. No returnability, they're just ours. And so we have to use our data and make our best guess. So when folks go to a shop, like, why are they sold out? Everybody knew it'd be hot. And usually it's a thing where people know for the best way I can put it is they know in the back, now, but maybe we didn't know how big it would be 60 to 90 days ago when we ordered.
Right.
Right. You never know if they're going to drop media, and maybe it's a slow news day and Today's Show picks it up. Like, that's happened before. And you're like, well, there's nothing we can do about it.
Right.
Because they pick it up on like Monday or Tuesday.
Right.
You're done. there's no more books to order. You can't get them in time. Yeah. But we ordered a lot of this. So I would say it might be the biggest book we've ordered this year, numbers-wise, or close to it.
Oh, wow.
So the fans are really into this because sometimes DC and Marvel fans are like,
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
One or the
You do
other,
get
but-
people that fall into a camp, but for the most part, people read what they think's good.
yeah.
I mean, you can say I'm a Marvel guy, but if there's a great Batman book, you're going to look at it. Who hates Batman?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. All right, much more with Rob Young coming up, but we have probably a sad guy on the line right now to talk sports because all of his teams are just falling apart. We need to probably send somebody over to his house to make sure he's okay, do a wellness check. We have Zach here. Zach, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
Oh,
How are you?
my goodness.
started it with, oh.
It's been a rough couple of weeks.
It has. Hey, you enjoy that ring ceremony again
shut
for
up. We're not getting
National League East champs instead of your World Series rings.
We better get the World Series. But we got to go through
Yeah.
Rob's Dodgers.
Yeah, I'll pull for the Phillies just for you. I just
Oh,
pull for
thanks.
the Phillies just for you. Yeah, I mean, let's just go out to straighten out. I mean, there's nothing else to it. Go out to get the offense going.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
Just our quarterback's missing open guys, wide open guys. Clemson should be 3-0 right now. I mean, that's just all there is to it. Not really much else to say. I mean, okay, we've got a new defensive coordinator, and he is supposed to stop, just make plays and look better. Well, when your offense ain't doing their job, it's different when you're scoring 7, the opponent scoring 7, and you're back and forth. But when the defense is having to stop and make the plays, they're going to wear down, and that's what's happened. And I knew Clemson, when the schedule come out that there was a potential start of either 1-2 or 2-1. I knew they were not going to go 3-0 because of where Georgia Tech landed on the schedule. If Georgia Tech stays healthy, they're going to be a playoff team this year. They are. I mean, they are. There's nothing else I can say because they're good. And I knew week 3, especially after the LSU game, you come out of that, thank goodness, injury-free besides Antonio Williams. You come out of that, hosting LSU, then you barely beat Troy, which I think pretty much was a hangover because everybody week 2 struggled that had the big games. Mm-hmm. And then when you play at Georgia Tech week 3, that's kind of like Clemson's kryptonite a little bit because you never know what Georgia Tech team you're going to get. You just don't. You don't ever know. Kind of like we can beat South Carolina unless we play them at noon. We just cannot beat South Carolina if we play them at noon, and I'm wondering if that's why we're playing them at 12 o'clock this year. Even though it's in Williams-Brice. So there's just not really much else to say. I mean, the offense, I listen to Dad Bush press conference every Tuesday, and, we're just one play away. Well, we need to find that one play. We need to find that one play. And the good thing is I put on Facebook the other day, hey, the good thing is the tickets just got cheaper. I'll be able to go to a game this year.
You might even get a parking pass. I mean,
I know.
you should be able to get those as well.
Hey, I had somebody that was giving me parking passes last year, and I've yet to hear from them.
Yeah.
So
don't even. I told you the last time I had passes for you.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
But I'll be honest with you. This is a tailgate season. This is not a football season.
I don't blame you.
She'll give away the tickets and keep the parking.
I do not blame you one bit. That's the potential. That's why I like to go. I mean, I'll never forget my uncle went. My cousin used to have season tickets, and they would park at Strong Thurman Institute. And it was first come, first serve. And when they would get there at 5 o'clock in the morning, it didn't matter if the kickoff was 8 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock in the morning, 3:32, it didn't matter. They were there. And my uncle said, I just don't like getting there at 8 o'clock because there's only so much cornhole I can play. So I get it. I enjoy the tailgate. I do. I enjoy tailgating, and to me, that's what it's all about, just tailgating. So, but we'll see what they got. I mean, Syracuse comes to town. Hopefully they can, back at home, hopefully they can straighten out and win a couple. And, because it don't get easier. I mean, they play Syracuse, Then they play bye week. That'd be a tough one, bye week.
Yeah.
And then, they're at Boston College at North Carolina or vice versa. Can't remember the order.
Boston and then
And
North
then they
Carolina.
play, I believe it's SMU. And then I believe they have a bye week again or right after Duke. And then Florida State comes to town. So you're going to have to get these next 3 wins. Let's come out Saturday and make a statement. Whether your defense wins the game, whether your offense wins the game, make a statement this Saturday. Get these next 3 wins, because I seen something on X the other day where it was like the next 3 games was, I forgot the first word they used, but it was like, get things together. That had the next 3 games, and then it had the next 3 after that. Find your way, and then I think the last 3 was beat Clemson again. Clemson still has their season ahead of them. Everything can. Let me tell you, I'd rather them start out like this, where you can still play your way into some things, than to lose 3 or 4 straight. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's a long season ahead, and that's why college football was fun. And Notre Dame lost to Northern Illinois last year and made it all the way to national championship. So we will see. We will see for sure. It's going to be a fun season. I hope they can straighten things out.
It's going to be fun. Yeah.
If not, we'll just look on to next year.
teams.
Look on to swimming and diving when that happens.
Swimming and diving.
Table tennis.
Yeah.
Lacrosse.
But I do want to share this. I'm a couple of days early, but my little girl, the boss, will be 2 years old on Thursday. So she will be 2 on Thursday. And then I don't know if I've even said anything to you guys, but my dad's 50th birthday was 3 years ago. And
we're a little late.
got together, and we took up money to send him to. He's a big Dallas Cowboys fan. It's kind of like Notre Dame. You either
Keeps
love them or
getting
you
worse
hate
with your family.
so anyway, so we took up money and going to send him out there. Well, November the 1st, him and I fly out to see the Dallas Cowboys play on a Monday night.
That's really cool.
We're going to get to experience that. I've never been to an NFL football game, and so we're going to get to experience that. And it was on my mind. I didn't want to forget to share that because
who are they
the way
playing?
you're doing the shows now. So, but
Who are they?
Yeah, who are they
Who are
playing?
you going to see? Who are they playing?
the Arizona Cardinals. So we're flying out Saturday morning. We are getting there. It's like a 3-hour flight, so we're going to have all day Saturday, and then all day Sunday and all day Monday. We're going to try to catch an SMU game as well, depending on what time they kick off, and may even try to do the Dallas Mavericks game. One of the two.
They
we're
do a
going to try.
tour of the Cowboy Stadium.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's
I know.
worth
My
it.
mother-in-law keeps telling me, keeps mentioning the star. You want to go see the star. That's the Dallas Cowboys practice facility. So I'm going to look into all that. And
If you're an Eagles fan like me,
it's-
you go down there and you spit on the star. But don't do that because they'll remove you from the tour.
Among
Do
other
what now?
things, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ask how I know.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. So
Wondered where that look came from.
It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it, and I can't wait. Just that's all he's talking about. And I guess being raised by him and him giving me things and surprising me, and then me being able to see him light up when this happens, it just makes it worthwhile, I guess. So, but
Yeah.
but I'm looking forward to it, and just always remember, the Braves have more World Series rings than the Phillies do in the 2000s.
In the
2010.
2000s. Yeah, okay.
So I will leave you with that.
All right. Well, we'll see how long that lasts. Hopefully,
Yeah,
hopefully
yeah,
not
for
for
real.
too long. But
Yeah.
all right. Thanks for calling in, Zach. And we are on next week too, so we'll talk to you then.
All right,
And,
sounds good. Y'all
catch
have a
up.
good one.
You too.
See ya.
All right. That is really cool. It's always nice when you can, whenever you give somebody something
Yeah.
that they really like to see them light up.
My son's doing. He's a martyr too. Is the joke we make as a Cowboys fan. Yeah, because they never.
Not since
Yeah.
the 90s.
They're just heartbreaking. Yeah, I feel so bad
not
for
since
Cowboys fans.
the Deadpool and Batman.
That's right.
Call
I don't
out.
have a dog in the fight. I don't follow football. I used to. I don't anymore. But I feel bad for him but he will not I love that he didn't care. When the Braves stunk, didn't matter.
Yeah, you still go to the games.
Doesn't
You
matter.
still
Cowboys
support
think don't
them.
matter. That's his team.
He's a fan.
And, I'm,
true
as a
fan.
Dodgers fan, well, I'm like, so where were you from like 89 to 2020 when they were not good? Like as a Dodgers fan, and I was with them the whole time. There were some horrible teams that they spent a bunch of money on. Like you remember, Andrew Jones retired off the Dodgers.
Yeah, they did. They were just pulling old guys in.
Just
and free
every
agent
awful
contracts,
contract
yeah.
they could find. It was just bad.
And somehow now they still spend a lot of money, but they still have a great farm system. I don't know how that works, but they seem to be able to.
They
pull
draft
that
well
off.
and trade well.
Yeah. All right. So thanks again to Zach. Let's take a quick break here, and then when we come back, we'll talk about 3 things in the news and more with Rob Young from Comic-Con and SC Comic-Con, and of course Borderlands Comics and Games as we continue on the Boone Show, My Pulse Radio. All right, welcome back to the Boone Show on My Pulse Radio. Glad to be with you. And Rob Young from SC Comic-Con is here tonight. Michele was supposed to be here, and we were going to have the rematch of the trivia contest from last year where she beat you bad. Beat you like a drum, Rob.
She thought me. And
She really did.
By the way, she just texted me. That is the game my son's going to.
Oh, the same one? How about
Oh,
that?
very
He's going to the
cool.
same game. How cool is that?
That's
That
neat.
is cool.
That's
And
awesome.
they should be able to beat the Cardinals,
Yeah.
I would think.
I mean, you know, I hope.
Yeah, they
It is the Cowboys.
get rid of their best player this year before the year even started, but
Yeah.
that's the Cowboys. That's the Cowboys. All right, 3 things in the news that noticed. One just happened today. Robert Redford died.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, 89 years old. And, of course, one of the greatest actors and producers and directors of the last couple of generations, really. And even made his mark a little bit in Marvel towards the end, which was something you wouldn't expect from him because
Man, he was a great bad guy in Winter
yes,
Soldier.
yes,
He was so good. And he's probably in his 70s when he did that.
yes, because he was 89 when he died, and that was what 10, 12 years
I
ago.
don't know.
that
Like
came
he
out?
might have been right at 80.
Yeah.
How cool is that he could do that, though?
That is.
That was good. He was good to the end, and of course, known for Sundance Festival, which has gotten a lot of indie filmmakers noticed and making the big time. You see a lot of Sundance festival movies in theaters nowadays. So that's pretty cool. And that was actually, he named that after when he played the Sundance Kid.
Yeah, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Yeah, and it's he lives in Utah somewhere, and there was he named the town Sundance. It was like it used to be something else. He named it Sundance, and of course they have the Sundance Festival there in Salt Lake City and the bigger places out there.
Like a lot of those people, he bought the town.
He bought the town, literally changed its name and everything. But great career. Was active in a lot. One of the things about him was that he evolved as time went on, because he was an old time actor in those classics from way back when, All the President's Men, all the those type movies, and yet he just kept pushing the industry, and with the Sundance thing and all that, pushing the industry and being involved all the way up to when he just couldn't do it anymore.
Isn't that crazy?
So he didn't worry about, this is who I am. I'm not going to adjust and change. He wasn't Dabo Sweeney. He adjusted, and his
Yikes.
career continued all the way to the end. Got awards for everything he did, basically. And I have pages here that I could read. But
What about The
interest of time-
Natural?
Well, yes, of course.
What an
The
awesome
Natural.
movie.
There
What
was
a
one
great
movie he did. What was it called?
So I was trying to go back and see off the top of my head.
There was All Is Lost was a movie he did back 2013, where he was the only character in the film. It was about somebody who got lost at sea, and there was hardly any words in it.
All
And
Is
he won
Lost.
best
All,
actor.
all
award.
is lost.
Yes. So I mean, he did it all. Mm-hmm. So that's good.
It looks
when
like
you
his
can have a
first
career
movie
like that.
came out in 1960, and his last
Yeah, think
movie
about
was in 2018.
Yeah. Which I believe was that last cameo in what, Endgame, was it?
It says
I believe-
Buttons.
Buttons.
And
Oh, Buttons.
Old
Yeah. I know he's in
Man Gun.
Endgame though, with a little cameo. But great career.
Yeah,
He died today.
And
Yeah.
God bless him, but the other person starring in Buttons, which will make your brain explode, is Dick Van Dyke.
Oh my gosh, and he's 100.
Holy cow!
Dick Van Dyke's like 100 years old.
Is he really?
I went and looked at the cast just out of curiosity. I was like, is that Dick Van Dyke on the poster? And it
He
is.
is still going.
Sure is.
How
Look at
about
that.
How awesome is that?
That's
Sorry,
crazy.
but every time I look at Dick Van Dyke, I think of Mary Poppins and
Well-
chimney, chimney, chim.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing. All right, next story. Meta, of course, Facebook, all that, coming out with their smart glasses and making an announcement tomorrow. A lot happening this week in the entertainment world. Not only you get new comics, but we can get these smart glasses if you want. It's supposed to be where you can have a display on there, and they have the watch now that you can, or wristband that you can put on, that will literally, you can make movements to make the screen work in different ways, give it different commands and stuff.
So the screen is actually on your glasses.
This is like the Spider-Man glasses in, what was it? Far From Home? Is that what it was?
I always think
One
of
of
that
those.
Tom Cruise movie where the guy's
Yes.
just moving the screens.
Minority Report.
Yeah, where he's just moving screens and stuff's
Yeah,
just
that
flying
same
around.
thing.
Hands.
The
Yeah.
same thing. I mean, this
Yeah,
is...
he has a thing on and he's just moving all these screens trying to get
So the
information.
glasses is going to work that way?
Yeah, eventually. I mean, they're just starting them out and working out a little, the bugs, obviously. But they're going to introduce them tomorrow or the next day, and they'll be able to tell you all about that. So keep an eye out.
Can
for
you
that.
guys wait till you just get your injection with your?
Well, get this.
We laugh.
It's coming.
It's coming.
There
Yeah.
will be a day, maybe not in our lifetime, but maybe. I
Yes.
lean towards probably.
Yeah.
Let me see if I have more information on that. Let's see.
If you want to go to work, you've got to have your chip or whatever.
Oh, yeah, here's the gesture control wristband. It's an accessory to detect finger and wrist gestures for control of what's on the screen in your glasses that you're wearing.
So that your movement of your eyes are going to depend on. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know.
No, it sounds like the
So
wristband is
wristband's
probably
gonna
like a
do most of it
controller
for
on
now.
a Wii.
But I'm sure
Oh,
Put in on it, you
yes.
move the wristband and,
Gotcha.
and they
yeah,
pick
kind
up
of like
on it.
Minority Report, like you were saying. But I'm sure that's coming where your eyes will control it.
So how
Oh,
much
I'm
are
sure.
they?
I don't know. Didn't say.
Let's see if I can.
But estimated price around $800.
I was going to guess $1,000, so pretty close.
So yeah, and you can upgrade with a camera and some AI features and
I'm
stuff
sure
like
you
that.
can upgrade.
But again, all the details
a
are going to come out
subscription,
in the
too.
next couple of days. So
You get it.
you'll be seeing much more about that. And the other thing I had was even we're talking about all this crazy stuff. It's like I told you, it's like the movies. They're coming out with this thing now, this little silver orb that if you look into it and let it scan your eyeballs, it will give you some crypto tokens for just proving that you're a human. So that when you're online, this is like a human type ID. Let me read it so you get this.
Let us own your biometrics.
That's exactly what the
for
talk
$5
point is.
For 2 crypto cores, that might be
And
one
this
time
is-
It ain't
worth.
going to be a Bitcoin. It's going to be like SHIB or one of these things.
Yes.
It's a fraction of a penny. Congratulations.
But this is Sam Altman who created, ChatGPT and all that stuff.
He's always been an upstanding guy.
Yeah, of course. There's no money involved here. You get your iris scanned by an orb, little silver orb, and you get a world ID that proves you're human and not a butt. A butt? Not a butt. A bot. Some people are still butts.
True.
But
I-
this is a bot.
I don't think those are mutually exclusive necessarily, but they can be.
And it says you're rewarded with cryptocurrency. This just sounds like a joke. It just really sounds like a joke.
I mean, it's definitely not run by the World Economic Forum or anything. Not that I'm that guy.
Seriously?
Maybe the Bilderbergs are involved. You want, how deep you want me to go down the tinfoil hat ride? I can do it.
And yet they say they're helping you.
Of course they are.
They're going to get your data, and they're gonna own it. I mean, they have it.
Yes, but you get
Forever.
a world ID as a real human
Yeah,
being.
you have
And
a
so
world ID.
There's a lot of people out there who are not real human beings.
So
NATO
explain to
now
me
knows
what-
you're real.
What is that going to do for me?
You're not a bot.
As
or a
Colonel
bot.
Klink would say, nothing.
It's rolling out in
Right?
cities like L.A., San Francisco, Atlanta, nearby.
New York.
And I love how vague they are on what crypto you get.
Yeah, it just says cryptocurrency. And why is this being released? To fight bots and AI fakes online by creating a verified human identity.
So the
Hey, guess what? They already know. I hate to break
Yeah.
this to everybody, but like, as a guy who came out of the tech world, like 20 years ago when I worked at Verizon and I was in tech support, and I would have people tell me that they didn't have a data overage, I could literally log into the switch and go, oh, have you been file sharing? And they would go, of course not. I was not file sharing on my phone. And then I would say, do you want me to read the names of some of these files? Because I don't think you want me to read the names of some of these files. They were very inappropriate names. And you would, oh, that's what I could do 20 years ago.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Right. And that's very simple, simple technology we were using then.
Why would anybody do this? Why would you do this?
Folks aren't bright. Some
There's
folks
gotta
just
be-
aren't, right? And they'll just do it to do it. And I'm like, I'll do it. What's going to happen? And I was telling folks many years before anybody thought it was normal. I said, hey, your phone's listening to you. Like it's it's Facebook and some other stuff they're listening to. No, it's not. And to prove it to my wife, I actually the experiment we did was I said, we haven't talked about grills. And I set both of our phones between us, and we had a 5-minute discussion about grills. And I said, don't
got all
talk.
the
And I
ads.
said, don't talk about it again. And it wasn't 60 seconds. And we were both getting ads. This is long before anybody was saying this was a thing. And I went, look, I've already experimented on this. I was doing like, high heel shoes or anything and just
Right.
talking about, see if it would, and
Just
ad-
something.
It does work.
ads
And it
would
does.
show, oh, it's listening. And it's actually in your agreement for Facebook Messenger that
it listens
that
to.
it listens, right?
Isn't that crazy?
And
But
you don't-
everybody signs off.
And
on
you don't
the,
think Alexa's doing the same thing?
Oh, for sure.
There's no way I would allow Alexa in my house. Your TV,
Yeah, we don't
Samsung TVs have been busted for doing
yeah.
the same thing, and they're listening all the time. So.
It's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Just look out. If someone comes to you and says, do you want to be a part of the World Project? That's what it's
I'm
called.
going to say no.
Heck yeah!
The World Project, formerly World Coin. So that's interesting. They changed it to World
Yeah,
Project.
can we
and-
capture your biometrics to
Mm-hmm.
give you a SHIB coin?
Yeah, and a world ID. It sounds like something that kids would do. Ooh, a world ID. I want a world ID. I'll give you whatever you want.
I was mad enough to have to get the new driver's license so I could fly.
Yeah, exactly. You got to get that little gold star
the
on
little
there.
Star.
Yep, and now South Carolina says they're changing them again.
Are they?
Yeah, they said they're not changing the star part, but it's like now they're coming out with a different, I don't know, something different on the license. And it's like, I just got that. I'm good for 9 years or whatever it is.
We'll
Till
talk about that in
2029.
9 years. Yeah, you're like me. We'll
Yeah.
talk about that in 9 years and
I
it'll
need
make me
a
do it.
dang new license.
Maybe I'll just drive everywhere after that. I don't need to fly.
Okay, so one more time before we go to the recommendations, and Rob always has good ones. How to get tickets for the SC Comic Con Fall Edition?
Well, there's several ways. You can go to sccomiccon.com. You can go to Borderlands at 410 South Pleasantburg Drive, or you can just walk up and buy tickets at the show if you're making a last-minute decision.
And there'll be a long line.
And that's going to be at the convention center.
At the Greenville Convention Center. I think parking's going to be $10, and it'll be a lot easier to park than the big show, obviously, because there won't be nearly as many people, so it'll run real smooth. And, come check it out, man. I think it's going to be a bunch of guests. We've got a bunch of good vendors. It's going to be a lot of fun. Free comics, kids 12 and under free. Do some trick-or-treating, have some fun.
Yes, and
Very
we'll
cool.
be there with Platypus.
With Platypus.
Walk around. Don't know what he's dressing up as this year.
Yeah, the
He was
Beetlejuice is out.
Beetlejuice last year.
That's right.
He was Batman one year, a couple of years ago.
And you know what I did forget? We got a crazy thing going on with the Swamp Rabbits. So they have a Star Wars night. And
Yes,
if
they
you go,
do.
If
I've
you
been
go
to
onto
it.
the website, you can buy a ticket to the con and get a ticket to Swamp Rabbit Star Wars night. If you go onto the site, you can get that at the same time.
Very cool.
So you can kind of bundle.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Hockey is fun.
It is very fun.
Hockey's really fun.
Hopefully
Live
they're
hockey.
better. Hopefully they're better this year. They
Live
weren't
hockey's so
very
good.
good last year.
As long as they let them fight.
Yes.
I know. Isn't that terrible that you want that?
Yes.
I don't know. I watch every UFC, so I guess it's not. I don't really have the guilt factor.
Yeah, no guilt factor. But
Yeah,
when
no
they
guilt
fight on
factor on
skates,
this.
that's
Yeah.
even
They're
more
fighting on
impressive.
skates. This is a high level.
Only if they hit the side and you hear the pom pom
They're
pom.
fighting on skates. You guys remember Clark before they were called Swamp Rabbits? My wife's got one of his jerseys because that little dude could fight. He's like 5'10". He'd go up against these 6'6" guys
Oh, yeah. Some
and
of those
flatten them.
guys.
It was great.
Very cool.
Yep. The goons. Got to send out the goons.
Gotta love the goons. I know
Yeah.
that movie.
Okay, so recommendations like we do every week. Entertainment and food. Have you been reading anything, watching anything lately that you can recommend?
So two things to watch. We watched Dark Wolf from
Yes.
Jack Carr, my favorite author. I think I've mentioned him on here before. And that's really good. It's a prequel to Terminal List. It tells you a little bit about one of the characters in Terminal List that maybe made some poor choices in life. And I think it's explaining how he went down that road. But it also introduces some characters that are very pivotal moving forward with the story for Commander Reese, the Navy SEAL that Terminal List is about. That's really
the
good.
Chris Pratt character.
Yep. And if you if you like Smart Alex, then you should watch Landman.
Oh, yes.
It
That
is
very
very
good.
good.
It may be the best thing Billy Bob Thornton's ever done.
I
He
agree.
is just incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Every time he's on screen, it's must-watch TV.
It
You-
is.
You can't help it. He's just unbelievable in that
It
show.
was a fantastic show.
Yeah.
I agree. I didn't know what I was going to think of that. But
I know I
hooked right
wasn't
away.
either. Me too.
Can't
My
wait.
wife had to talk me into it.
Yeah.
And I regret that. Like, you were right, honey.
It was phenomenal.
It was so good.
In fact, I can't wait. There's got to have another season.
It
There
It's-
is. It's coming out in
this
like,
year.
what, November or something?
Yeah, this
Okay,
It's coming
good.
out pretty soon.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very popular show. And how old is he now?
I can look for you.
I bet
He's
you
getting up there,
He's
too.
got to be 60s.
Yeah. And he's looked in his 60s for 30 years.
Well, he's
but,
like old Arn Anderson. Like Arn Anderson was 19. I saw a great picture of Arn Anderson with a world title, and he was supposed to be at the time like 29, and he looked 40. And the caption on it was Arn Anderson winning the 6th grade wrestling championship at such and such high school, and he had a beard, like because Arn looked old, like the day he was
The
born.
same
He
old
looked
Arn
25. Yeah, Arn. He looked old from the day he was born.
So he's 70.
70.
Wow.
So, yeah, and he
He
hasn't
just turned
changed.
70.
I mean, the guy hasn't changed, and he's a great actor.
It is incredible.
But he's looked the same for about 20 years.
Yes, he
So at
has.
50, he looked horrible, but at 70, he looks
No,
good.
it looks
He's managed
good.
to
Yeah.
maintain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's what
crazy.
we'll go with.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he looks the same as he does
This is
when
his
he was
most
with
recent.
Angelina Jolie. Oh yeah, they got the little
lot of makeup
dream
on that one,
patch
and-
there.
and the soul patch
The soul
rocking.
patch, that's what it is.
Yeah.
he got
He's
that.
rocking the soul patch.
Yeah,
Crazy,
he was
isn't it?
just in the area, with his band.
Oh, really?
They played
it
in
Newberry
Pickens.
or Pickens?
I think they played in Pickens.
Really?
Yeah, he has a band. It's not like he's the whole band. I mean, he's just part of a band. And they sold it out, of course, because people want to
But
meet
think
him.
about it. You got this. It ain't about the money.
Yeah, he's
No.
playing
Oh,
in
no.
Pickens.
He just
Pickens,
wants,
South
he, just,
Carolina.
Yes.
he just wants to play some music, and he has fun
Absolutely.
playing
I
for
forget the
people.
name
when
of
he
So
it.
why
wants.
not?
Why not? Go play music and have fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
So good for him. Good
That's
for
awesome.
him. But Jack Carr, I think he's coming out with a new book too.
Yeah.
I heard that
It's
a
the
couple
one
days
about Reese's dad, and I'm brain farting.
Yes.
I think
Can we
maybe
look
it's
at
Cry
it?
Havoc.
ago. Yes, that's it. Yep.
Yeah, I think it's Cry Havoc. Comes out 2 weeks after the con. Very excited. I've already ordered my shop through editions. He's one of the authors that's the coolest thing ever. He picks a gun from the book. He shoots through pages with the gun, signs them, and then they bind them into books, and they are only sold at independent bookstores.
Wow.
You can't
Now,
buy it
how
at Barnes
cool
and
is
Noble.
that?
You can't buy it on Amazon. He does sell signed editions through those, but he wanted to come up with a way. His mom was a high school librarian, and his two things he wanted to do in life was he wanted to be a SEAL and he wanted to write books because she got him into reading at a young age. He's actually got a book club.
Kudos to him
Where
for
he-
independent
That's
booksellers.
cool. So
Yeah.
how can you get a hold of one of those? What's the best way
Go,
to do
go
it?
to Jack Carr's website, and they've got links there. That's what I did. I went in and ordered mine, and you can pick a bookstore that has them in stock, and you can order them, and then they'll ship them. They'll ship them on release day.
That's really
is
cool.
that?
That is really cool.
What a neat thing to
yeah.
do. And he doesn't have to do it. He's going to sell
Right.
those books anyways.
Yeah.
So he's doing that because he loves it, and he loves independent bookstores. He's
Very cool.
yeah. I would love to meet him one day. He's apparently a really cool dude.
That's
Very cool.
awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so what about a food recommendation?
Well, the kitchen's not ready.
No, the kitchen's not ready. And
So you got to eat out.
But I'm telling you, my wife probably would cook for everybody.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
incredible. I tell you, there's a couple good places. I might have mentioned Miles Pizzeria, which is right down the store
My
from the
favorite
house.
place.
Did you try it now?
Oh, I've had it. I had it last before you recommended it.
I still haven't
it's
had it.
it's the
'Cause I don't
cheese
get
bread.
up that way very often.
I'm not going to lie to you. It is the cheese bread.
It's
Okay.
it's kind of
the
crazy.
pizza's awesome, but that cheese bread.
They take a whole loaf of bread, uncut loaf of
oh
bread.
my gosh,
Then they cut it, and then they put cheese and garlic.
an ungodly amount of cheese and garlic.
Yeah, it looks like, so by the time they put all this on there and they put it in the pizza oven, it comes out looking like a lava monster.
John, you've got to see it.
You just won't, it's crazy, and it's so good. And the people there are so nice, and it's also independently owned. If people are looking for a sports bar, they can try, because we're always talking sports in here, you got Local Q, and I also recommend the Flat. If they're up toward Woodruff Road or 5 Points, they can go to the Flat.
Been to Local Q, had some of the wings there.
Were they not?
They were
They're
they're
awesome.
delicious.
They're
Went there
good.
too.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
good.
Did you see the cheese bread?
Let me see.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my, yes, just oozing.
It's ridiculous. You're just eating
And about once
cheese
a
and
week,
a little bit of bread.
We, I live out in Dacusville, but we did the Dacusville Pizza Stop, and it's really good.
Very cool.
What, you've been there too?
No,
I was going to
have
say.
not.
She
But-
started to. She's like, wait.
Wait,
What?
no, because
Oh,
I
wait,
remember
not Dacusville.
one of our teachers is from Dacusville.
Oh.
Allison.
Oh,
And
she
so
mentioned
she mentioned it.
It's good, and it's
Little
it feel-
hole in the wall.
It is
Best
the
ones.
tiniest little hole in the wall. And my buddy that lives out there kept picking on me, and he was like, "You're gonna rag on it. It's this and it's that. It's next to a gas station and whatever." And man, the food is good. The service is great. The kids are everyone that works there is sweet. One time they forgot my wife's online order. They missed it, and the owner walked out, brought her a cup of coffee, because they have a little coffee thing, brought her a dessert and said, "We're so sorry, we're fixing it right now to be out." And she's like, "It's fine. What's going to take you, like 8 minutes? It's a pizza." Yeah, but they're that sweet, and they're
right.
really
That's good.
nice people, and I highly recommend anybody out in the area give it a shot.
So
All right.
what do you get at Miles Pizza?
So usually I'm going for lunch. So I'll get that the lunch special where it's like 2-topping personal pizza, and that 2-topping personal pizza will fill you up. When I do it for the store, I can feed, if you get there large, the pizza's so thick.
It is.
2 pieces, and you're in a coma.
I can only eat one,
I've
but I
had-
eat the cheese bread too.
I've had one person eat 3,
Oh, wow.
and we gave him 2 monsters for free so he could keep working because I was pretty sure he was going to doze off.
Yeah.
Like he just
Coma.
kept chugging
Yep.
them. Yeah, he was like, I'm carb coma. I'm going to go to sleep, boss. But like a large pizza will feed like 5-6 people. It's crazy because it's just so good, so thick.
To get that.
Yeah, it's great pizza.
And what do you get at Local Q? The wings?
Wings. Sometimes I get the burger,
Okay.
but most of the time I get the wings. And the hack that I do, I let my wife always order first because that's what you're supposed to do. And if my wife does not order tots, then I get the wings and the tots because my wife really likes tots, and she can cheat and eat a few tots. And food off my plate does not count. We know these rules. And so if she does order tots, then I order fries most of the time. or mac and cheese. Their mac and cheese is pretty incredible
Really?
too.
Okay.
You can
Interesting.
get a skillet, an iron skillet of mac and cheese at Local Q. You are killing me. I'm going to be eating something from somewhere as soon as I walk
Yeah,
out.
I
of
know.
this place.
That's what happens at the end of
You
the
can
show.
get an iron skillet full of mac and cheese, but then you can get like bacon or brisket or an egg onto whatever you want. And they'll customize the mac and cheese and then put it in the iron skillet, goes in the broiler. Oh man.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
We got
Yeah.
to stop doing this.
I
at the
know
end of
it.
the show, but it's better than that at the beginning of the show.
That's
that would
true.
not be good at all.
That's true.
It would be
But,
horrible. At the
yeah.
beginning of the show. We'd be like, we'll be right back. And one of us is on DoorDash.
We'll all be hangry.
That's right,
and,
that's right.
It wouldn't be good.
We are Uber Eating that
We're
thing.
eating this thing. We're all sitting here.
Well, thanks as usual, Rob. It's great to have you. Great to see you coming back from the medical issues. I really wish you luck there because I know it's going to be a long road to get all that to work.
I appreciate it, and I hope
but
it works for everybody
I
that was
just
in the
can't
class
believe you've
with me
been
too.
through so much and so much pain.
Right.
He just plows through it.
I
You know,
mean-
you have a torn bicep. Oh,
Right.
No, it's just
Whatever.
hurts a little.
I don't know, man. I think it's the wrestling attitude and the
just did it
endurance
30
athlete
years
stuff
ago.
when I ran, and you just kind of do it. You just go and you don't worry about it. Work around it.
But yeah, we're sorry Michele couldn't make it, but we'll get her on next time.
She promises
and in
next
the spring.
Okay.
And
Kitchen will be done by
again,
then.
get
right.
your tickets for SC Comic Con Fall Edition on October the 5th. We will be there. Looking forward to it. All the kids love going to Comic Con, even when they're not coming to work our booth. They still a whole bunch of them go, and they really enjoy it. My sons really enjoy it. They're always begging me for money so they can buy more stuff, but that's the way it goes. That's at the Greenville Convention Center. Again, tickets at sccomiccon.com, or you can stop by Borderlands to get that on Pleasantburg, or, just show up, like Rob said, on the
right.
day of. It's a Sunday, so be aware of that.
We're not going to compete with your Clemson football, I promise.
Yeah, well, by that time, a couple more weeks, you don't have to worry about that. Next live show is next week, and we're like doing a Down on the Farm show, Holly.
Oh, down on the farm.
We are having Catherine Garrison from Denver Downs.
Yes.
She's coming early to pick out her pigs.
That's right. We've
from
got a
our
whole bunch of
ag
babies back there.
department. And we're having Mr. Ag Department himself, Trey Harris, on
Oh,
as well.
good,
So it's
good.
all farm stuff next week. So that should be fun, talking about what Denver Downs is doing and what Trey's doing in an amazing job in the ag
He does.
department here.
He does.
Catch the podcast on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts. We'll be up there in a couple of days. So you'll be all set for the con and learn all the stuff that we educated you with here today. But thanks for listening to The Boone Show. Thanks again to Rob and Holly, and we'll talk to you next time on My Pulse Radio.